All right, friends, so actually it turns out poor Sakalo, sorry. Turns out I actually don't need a hopper here. It actually is pulling actively, which is even cooler. And gold gives us a bit of copper. So we're going to go ahead and process that, hope that our fuel holds out long enough, and probably think about upgrading this setup soon, because it's convenient, it's nice, it's compact. Might be able to do better. I'm not sure yet. Because conduits, right? Anyways, the next thing, I think the last thing we'll do today... Oh, they're cute. The last thing I think we'll do today is, before setting off, is I want to go look for some diamonds, so I'm going to do that. But before I do that, knowledge is power. So I think what I need to do is grab some more of this wood. Now, it's actually a pretty precious resource at this point. I've been using wood quite a bit, so I'm going to need to make a couple axes, go out and really lay into some of those trees out there, find a big one and really take it down. I think I see a great wood tree over there that might work. Let's see if we can... make some couple useful things given all this string we've gotten. I think that we could maybe make a few blank patterns and begin a process. Well, it's a tricky thing knowing when to do this, but many of the awesome mods in the new mod pack have in-game documentation. That's plenty of blank patterns, by the way. Wow. Oh, you know what we need? You know what we need? Is it over here? It's over here. Right. We should be able to make a fair sum of paper. Let's actually go downstairs really fast and get some paper, because we're going to make some books. Now, each one of the different mods has books that can help us out, so we're going to need a few of them. And in some cases, even... Whoa! We have an interloper. Oh boy. Take that. Just more string. Oh, still what I was looking for. Fantastic. Everything's turning up, Dave. All right. Got through there. And we'll get a quick look. Are we facing more spiders? Is there another spider? Spider? Got a customer? Oh, look, those are growing. Cool. And there's a bat that appears to be free flying. Oh. Get away from me, spider. Fortunately, the way that my base is architected, spiders can't climb up on top. It was intentional to choose a tree with a shape like that. God, look at all these flowers, by the way. How cool is that? Botania is just an amazingly beautiful mod. Look at these little sparkly flowers. There's like mystical yellow ones and little red ones. They all sparkle, like with little lights. It's easier to see at night, too. Well, I think maybe that's one of the mods we'll start with. It should be fun. Right. Let's get upstairs. Oh, man. Zombies, please be quiet. Okay, back up top. Getting close to bedtime, but let's forge on into the evening and make some of this junk. We need some paper, right? Let's just make a whole mess of paper. And so if we go like this, I believe, one of these, and actually, you know what? Let's clear all this out. Let's put in the blank patterns, the paper, and the string. And by the way, we can see our little system there, just plugging away. It's really fantastic. Yes. Let's put this here. And then that's a stack of paper, which we don't want, because we'd also like 2 of these, and I think 1 of these will do the trick. Yes. So we'd like at least a few books. 1, 2, 3 offhand, and then another 1, 2, 3. That's good. I guess that's all we got. Let's go ahead and turn these into a bookcase. You seeing where I'm going with this? So I'm sure there's a couple sly people out there who are like, oh, I know what he's doing. We'll just put that down for a sec and leave you... Oh, boy, aren't you beautiful. I know some people are upset I'm using the default texture pack. I haven't decided if I want to use Sortex. I'd be really interested in your feedback. Anyways, we're almost done with the episode. Let's not go on over long. Let's get it done. Over here, we're going to take a single ingot of iron. We can go ahead and dump this in there. And I guess this too. And we're going to break it up like so. And then turn it into... I guess we're going to need another 1 more ingot of iron, huh? That's not always the way. Always the way. Go like this. And make that. And now we can make a Thaumcraft wand. Boom. I did a lot of Thaumcraft in the last season, Minecraft the hard way. But don't worry, we'll be doing lots of other stuff. But the Thaumcraft has changed so much in Minecraft 1.7, and I've been kind of salivating over all the cool stuff. Look at all this cool stuff. Flux, warp, advanced node tapping, all the stuff we've done before, but also look at all these cool, there's cool new mods, there's cool new things, energistics, man, another one bites the dust. Some stuff, some new stuff, some old stuff missing. It's fantastic. I can see a couple of things hidden out here that I definitely want. Anyways, that's one book. Let's go ahead and toss that in here. Then let's grab a, let's see, we need a copper and we need some zinc. We got some zinc right there. Now, I'm not really content to sit here and rely on mundane forms of power when we could do more interesting things. So I'm going to toss in one of these. And now we have esteemed innovation. Flaxbeard's wonderful steam. Look at how beautiful this book is. Wow. Flintlock. Can I make a flintlock musket? Iron nuggets, paper, and gunpowder. That makes a cartridge. Wow. I could. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, we can make some guns. We can make all sorts of steam era things. Fantastic. Which is really appropriate for the Resonant Rise Expeditionary Force. We'll go ahead and put that in there as well because that's where all our books go. And finally, oh, Sakalo, you crazy. Let's go for one of these. Now I think we pull this out. We can go like this and pull out a book for Lexica Botania. This is amazing. Of all the books I think we're going to make today, this one's by far the coolest. I'm definitely going to have to read through this. We'll probably be starting on Botania really soon. Now, last book I think we want to make before we call it, let's grab a dandelion, a poppy, a feather, and a little bit of ink. Now, if I recall correctly, by looking it up just a second ago, I can use this to create such a book. This is the starter book for Witchery, which has changed enough that I probably need a reference there. And so I'm thinking that maybe we could try a few of these cool things that we learned from the books. I've been scanning through the books recently, and I'm pretty excited about them, actually. There's a couple really cool ones here. For example, I noticed that there was the ability to make alloys and make really cool stuff like this Tinkerer's Headwear, which I think I have to have. I just need a little bit of leather, so I can probably run out and find that, but let's see what we can do, because this is too cool. So what I need to make this Tinkerer's Headwear is I need brass. Now, brass can sort of be made via a variety of methods in the mod pack, but I've never done it this way before, which is to use these metal casings, crucibles, mold blocks, and a bunch of other stuff. So let's go ahead and let's grab, let's see, where would we find a fair sum of stone. Oh, you know what? Before we even do that, let's not get too distracted now. Let's toss this stuff in. We definitely need to think about a portable crafting option, because I can't keep running up here, even though it's safe up here, even during the hellacious blood moon, which I haven't caught on camera yet, but trust me, it's terrible. We need a way to craft remotely. Now, historically, I've used the Darkcraft clipboard in previous setups, but I'm not going to be doing that this time. I'm going to be actually making an interesting device new to the mod pack called a calculator. So let's see if we can get this, and then we go like this, and one of these, a calculator screen, and then as I recall, yeah, it's just two more buttons on top of that. There we are, a calculator. So this thing is pretty cool. It needs energy. I think we can actually toss some energy in here. Can we charge it from here? No, we'll need to actually, so it won't run without power. We'll need to actually power it. I think that we can maybe charge it with this power cube here. Not 100% certain, but I think, yeah, there we go. So I can toss in, it's pulling out a bunch of the RF, and we can drain that back in to basically store up 1,000. And we can now basically run through and do a few basic things. We have a calculator, and we can actually use that. We can actually improve upon this design even further if we take some of this and we make a crafting calculator. So we will need a little bit, no, I think we're actually going to have just enough stone if what's in here is good. So we can actually have both of these tools. This calculator has some interesting properties though. Let me just go through that really quick. So let's see, let's make an example. Let's plank a little bit of wood, so we have some wooden planks. this calculator allows us to combine things via interesting recipes that aren't normally available. So let's say, what is stone plus wood? Well, it's actually reinforced stone. This reinforced stone is substantially stronger than regular stone. So let's go ahead and, well, let's go ahead and turn these into buttons because we need a panel. And then we'll need 2 more buttons. So let's not forget about the buttons that we need. And that's light gray limestone, which is utterly useless. Utterly useless to us. All right, so let's go ahead and put down one of these stones and one of these stones. And then if we go ahead and pull this out, we'll see that this is substantially more durable than this, right? So, and when you break it, it stays stone. So good stuff. And we can actually make tools out of this. So maybe I should make tools out of that for my ongoing work. Now, let's go ahead and make the crafting calculator as well. Now, the scientific one's going to take a little bit more work, but I think that we'll be able to make a crafting calculator fairly quickly. One moment. Ah, there we go. A crafting calculator. Now, it's interesting what we can do with a few of these items. Like, for example, if we were to rush over here and maybe grab these 3 coal, right? Don't worry, we'll grab it back. And let's grab a few redstone here. Like, for example, there's all kinds of cool recipes the calculator can do. If we add a little bit of redstone and a little bit of coal, we get enriched coal, which burns substantially longer than regular coal. So we can actually use that to improve power output. So that has a burn time of 1600, right? So this actually has a burn time of 5000, so over twice that. So we actually get quite a bit more bang for our buck, and it works correctly, in these. So it actually honors the burn time and goes forward there. So we'll also toss a little bit of that enriched coal in here. So we'll probably be using that. Now, that did use some power, a little bit of power from the calculator, and crafting operations will similarly use those. But with those, we can make some pretty cool stuff. Another example is let's make some wood. And let's actually craft ourselves a nice pickaxe to use for a while, since I need one. We're going to need a little bit of more stone than we have, I think. So let's go ahead and toss this in. Well, actually, we only need a few. Maybe we should have used the other furnace, as it's more fuel efficient. And honestly, stone is kind of at a premium right now. Dang it. Sakalo gets more diamonds? Ugh, I don't have any yet. I'm losing the race. All right, so let's calculate up a little bit more of this stuff. Right? Oh, wait. It's the other way around. It is not commutative, as they say. I didn't even need stone. What am I even doing? Okay, there we go. And now we can actually add this together to make reinforced iron. Actually, is this commutative? It is commutative! Yay, commutativity! Okay, there we go. A reinforced iron ingots, which of course, you might not be surprised to learn, we can turn into a reinforced iron pickaxe. Now, this is actually almost as good as the sapphire pickaxe, but using much, much more common materials. So, that's pretty good. And I think it's a little bit faster too, which is nice. So, all right. Why don't we see if we can go about making some brass and experiment with the things we've learned in our Steam book first. And then we'll probably go on to Botania. All right, so before we do this, we should make sure to take some precautions because we're about to be dealing with some pretty volatile stuff, specifically a bucket of lava. Dang it, more diamonds. That's just ridiculous. How do you find so many diamonds when there are no diamonds? Oh, well. All right, so let's go ahead and do that and then do this. Now, as you can see, I've done a little bit of fortifications. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it will keep most of the monsters out for a while. I hope, anyways. I hope. Because I really don't want to be dealing with them when we're like this. So what we're going to be doing is using these to make some vats. Let's see if we can figure this out really quick. Here we are, crucibles from Flaxbeard Steam Power. Just a U. No problem. Let's pull out our trusty crafting calculator, which is becoming our best friend, and go ahead and pull that through like this. Now, we should just be able... Whoa, let's not toss that in the lava. It's actually not that expensive, but still, would be not the best. Now, we should be able to just use this. All we have to do is just run back up and grab... I'm not sure if this needs ores... it's not that much of a pain. Lucy, please. What we're going to do is see if we can make a little bit of brass. Now, let's grab some copper ore and some zinc ore. Where's that hiding? It's a little bit of a subtle texture. There we are. Zinc ore. And by the way, yes, this pick is faster than my gem pick. So fantastic news there. Oh, and look, they grew. Delicious levels. Let's see. Can we just put a few of these in here? 26, 26, 26. No, I guess we're going to have to go get the ingots. All right. We have the copper and some zingots. Now, I think according to the book, let's see, brass is 1 zingot and 3 copper together. So if we just, can we queue? We can. 2, 3, and then 1 of those. Now that's become brass. Now, okay, cool. Maybe we can toss in the ore. Let's try for a sec, but how do we get that out? How do we get that out? We need to get a mold block, which is just a whole bunch of bricks in an upper slab. There we go. So, and then what we need to do, cool, is I believe we need to actually make some molds. Now, that's just 2 bricks. So let's go ahead and make 2 bricks. Uh-oh, there's a zombie around here, isn't there? Better not be in my way. Can we just craft these to get the other kind? There's some trick to it, huh? Molds. Right-clicking with a carved or blank mold on a mold carver. What's a mold carver? So we need at least another 1 or 2 of these. So let's go ahead and make 2 more. Mold carver, please. And then this is that a zombie coming for me? Zombie, please. I'm trying to do science over here. And that's a creeper. Fortunately, on the other side of my wall. That's, well, that was not what I planned to do. I guess there is a way up around there. Okay, creeper, this way. Creeper, my friend. I don't have any weapons out, so don't catch up with me. Thank you. Creeper, my friend. Creeper, my friend. Up. Whoa. Take that, creeper. Look at that. It's almost like I know how to play Minecraft. Okay. Although the breach of... How did they get up here? I forgot to remove those. Okay, there we go. Perimeter secured. Mold carver. That's where we were, right? There we are. Mold carver. Let's toss that down. I guess just right over here would be fine for the moment. And don't worry, we'll do better here. So this is for nuggets. We don't want nuggets. This is for plates. We do want plates in a little bit, but let's go ahead and get... I think ingots and nuggets is the right way to do it right now. Okay, and then we... oh my gosh, that's cool. Right? And then we close it like that. And then we open it. So, okay, can we... I'm obviously doing that wrong. Interesting. That's really cool looking, but it doesn't appear to be pouring. Oh, you go like this? There we go. Okay. So we have to close the mold. Okay. This is not incredibly slow. All right. So we got 4 of these. Now let's look at our Tinker. Where is it? What we want is our really cool monocle, right? We absolutely need a monocle to continue on this path. Let's see. Tinkerer's headwear. We need 3 leather, a spyglass, so we're going to need a little bit more of this stuff. Now let's actually see if can I toss in an actual piece of... No. So we actually have to go through the ingot processing first before we can melt things in here. Interesting. Okay, but that's good. That's solid. We can definitely do that. And it kind of, I gotta be honest with you, even though this is the minimal configuration, this sort of configuration really bothers me. Let's just put that there and that there, and that way it looks a lot better, okay? It bothers me less. All right. Let me see if I can get enough of the stuff put together